The Other Book of World Records, written by Thoran Anderson, illustrated by Jeff Abelard. Focus question: how did Shorty get into the Other Book of World Records? Connections, writing and art. What do you think Ben will do to set his own world record? And a new page to the story that shows what happens next with Ben. Social studies shows 5 records from Guinness World Records. For each one, label on the map the country and city where the record was set. Compare your map with a partner's. Today you're getting into the Other Book of World Records. Ruby told her brother. What's that? Shorty asked. Ruby held up a pad of paper. It's the record book I'm working on. The other book, she said. But I don't have my pogo stick, Shorty said. You don't need it, Ruby said. Stand on one leg and recite the ABCs. Shorty stood on one leg and began the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E. The kids on the baseball court stopped the game to stare at Shorty. The kid named Ben came over. ABCs? Huh? He said. What are you in kindergarten? He said, seeing a record, and he needs to concentrate. Ruby said. Ben turned to look at Ruby. What's your job? Ben asked. I'm the officiator, Ruby said. The witness. To prove he really did it. Did what? Ben asked. Anyone could do what he's doing. Oh, yeah, Ruby said. Well, my brother is going to do it while chewing bubblegum. Ruby pulled out a piece of gum and tossed it to her brother. Shorty popped the gum in his mouth and continued reciting the alphabet. F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. That's nothing, Ben said. You ought to blow bubbles instead. And if you want to set a real record, let me get my pogo stick. Ben dashed into the nearest apartment building. Shorty winkled at Ruby. Ben didn't know what Shorty was a pogo stick master. Ben came back with his pogo stick. Try jumping on one leg, he said. Shorty picked up the pogo stick and began bouncing. Once he got going, he started jumping on one leg. Everyone from the playground came to see what was happening. Oh, that's not so hard, Ben said. Let's see you jump through a human maze. There's no such thing as a human maze, Ruby said. Sure there is, Ben said. It's a maze made out of people. Shorty bounced on the pogo stick Can I switch legs? She asked. Ben and Ruby both shook their heads. Can't everybody you know? Ruby announced. My brother is going to set a new record inside a human maze. Tell them to come quick, Shorty yelled. Some people pulled out their phones and started calling their friends. Others ran to the building to invite the families. Ben raced to the tennis courts and recruited Marcus for the maze. Hurry up, Shorty screamed. I'm getting tired. Shorty was sitting on the pogo stick, still jumping. He started to move through the human maze. People cheered him on as he blew his biggest bubble, bouncing all the while. Shorty turned a corner in the maze. The pogo stick wobbled, but Shorty did not fall off. At the end of the maze, he leaped off the pogo stick and collapsed on the ground. A new world record, Ruby yelled. Everyone cheered and rushed over to Shorty. He reached up his hand to give high fives to everybody. Before he had finished, Ruby had already written that up as a new record too. Not bad, Shorty. Ben said. Thanks, Shorty said to Ben. Now it's your turn. Ben high-fived him and stepped back. No, Shorty said. Your turn to get into the other book of world records. Ben looked shocked. Me? He gasped. No, I don't. Ruby winked at Shorty. Step right up. She yelled, We've got a new